Hello. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Miguel Parga. I am the author of What They Didn't Teach You in Film School. I'm also a professor at the New York Film Academy here in South Beach, Miami. Last video we talked about how changing the shot can help you tell your story, right? Using cinematic language. And basically what we talked about is how to move the camera closer to the axis of action. The closer I get to the axis of action, the closer I get to my subject, the more dramatic the shot is. Therefore, I want to save that dramatic shot for the dramatic moment in the scene. So today, I wanted to talk to you about, instead of changing the shot by cutting, I wanted to talk to you about moving shots. Okay, so moving shots are a great way to add value to your production. I tell my students all the time, look to see where those shots can fit in, where they can give breath to the narrative, where they can enhance whatever it is, the viewing pleasure, right, of your audience. Right now, there's so many different types of moving shots that are available to you. You have drone shots, you have helicopter shots, dolly shots, steady cam shots, crane shots, all sorts of things, right, that could happen. Even handheld, right, are moving shots. And those are great to add, like I said, value to your production. So even though there are a million types of moving shots, I want to catalog them into two categories. And they are, number one is motivated and unmotivated. So what's the difference? So motivated is a camera shot that follows a subject that is moving. Subject is moving and the camera is following the movement of that subject. Okay? A lot of the times a motivated camera shot is used to establish a location. There's a great moving shot, for example, in the movie Goodfellas, where the protagonist is going into the Copacabana nightclub and the camera is following him in. Right? It follows him all the way from going in through the back all the way to sitting right in the front row in front of the stage, right? And the filmmaker obviously is having fun with what they're doing, but they're also establishing, look, this guy's a gangster. He can move all the way to the front. Again, a great shot to establish a location. It also shows me a character interacting with their environment, right? As I move the camera as they move. Another good way to use a motivated camera shot is, for example, to change my shot instead of having to cut. So I can have a shot of a character sitting down at a table. They get up, they move across the room, and as they move, the camera moves with them and lands on a separate shot, perhaps a two-shot of two other characters. Okay? So I'm using the motivated shot to change perspective, to change my shot into something different. So that's the use of the motivated camera move, right? The unmotivated is the opposite of that. It's when the camera moves, but the subject is not moving. So that basically serves two purposes. One, it serves to add tension, to build tension, really, because the camera's moving, you know something's about to happen, you just don't know what it is. So, for example, a great example of that is to have a camera moving down an empty hallway in a horror movie. And it's creeping forward, creeping forward, creeping forward. Nothing's moving except the camera, right? And the audience is just sitting there waiting. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Who's going to jump out of what door, right? So it serves to add tension. Another function of the unmotivated camera move is to denote internal movement. So for example, I can have a shot of somebody sitting on a couch, and it could be a long shot, a wide shot. Okay, and that person receives a message on their phone, and they open their phone, they look at the message, they read it, and as they're reading, the camera moves forward. It tells me, wait a minute, there's internal movement. Something is going on. In which case, the speed of the movement makes a huge difference as well. So for example, if the person opens the phone and reads the message, and the camera rushes forward, you know it was a shock to his system, right, or her system. If, for example, they open the phone and read the message and the camera slowly creeps in as they realize what's going on, Well, now you're looking at a slow burn, right? A slow realization. So the speed of the move now tells me something different. So remember, motivated establishes the location. It helps me move the camera from one way to the other, right? It shows me the character interacting with their environment. And then unmotivated, it helps to build tension. It also denotes internal movement. Whenever you're moving the camera, you got to keep in mind there's a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. So for example, if I have 3 objects in my frame and here's my camera, and the camera is going to move across, let's say that my actor is here in the center. The camera moves across like so. You know that this object, let's say it's another actor, right? It's going to move a lot faster. It's going to appear to be moving a lot faster than the actor that I want to photograph or the background. This, again, it's the beauty of the composition of the shot. So you can have objects in the foreground moving quite fast, your actor or your subject moving at slower speed, and then the background almost barely moving. And again, it just adds to the enjoyment of the shot. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to learn more about me, go to my website, miguelparga.com. And you can even purchase my book, What They Didn't Teach You in Film School, available right now at Amazon.com and in bookstores everywhere. Thanks for watching.